My husband of 7 years whispered I love you and will leave to another man, full on pillow talk, in our bed, while he thought I was asleep beside him. That was the night I stopped being a wife. That man was James. His best friend since college. The guy who was the best man at our wedding. The guy who spent Christmases at our table. The guy our kids call Uncle James. And in that moment, hearing my husband promise him our future, our money, our entire lives. I stopped being a wife and I started being his reckoning. I didn't sit up screaming. I didn't cry. I rolled over, stayed quiet, and let him keep talking. Because if there's one thing I know about Mark, it's that he gets careless when he feels comfortable. And I wanted him comfortable. The next morning, I played dumb. Packed lunches. Kissed his cheek. Pretended everything was normal. Meanwhile, I started digging. I pulled his phone when he showered. I wasn't snooping, I was documenting. Screenshots of texts like, when the bonus clears, we'll move it into the LLC. She'll be fine. She always bounces back. God, I hate pretending at home. It wasn't just emotional cheating. He was planning to siphon money from our joint accounts, the savings we built for our kids' college, our emergency fund, everything, into some fake company with James. Their getaway account. That's when I hired a PI. Out of my own pocket, no hesitation. 3 weeks later, I had hotel photos, timestamp receipts, even recordings of the two of them out together when Mark claimed he was working late. The PI also traced the LLC. It was real. Registered. With both their names. My husband wasn't just cheating, he was plotting financial murder. I kept all of it hidden. Kept smiling at him across the dinner table. Kept letting James come over for game night while I secretly imagined how I'd burn their little empire down. Because the thing about men like Mark is they only think 5 steps ahead. I was already 20 steps ahead. The perfect chance came with his company's annual gala. Black tie. Fancy dinner. The night he was supposed to be announced for partner. He'd been bragging for months, telling everyone, this is it. The year I level up. He wanted all eyes on him. So I gave him exactly that. I worked with my cousin, who's a lawyer, and my best friend, who does video editing. My cousin prepped the legal side, freezing accounts, filing for emergency divorce with fault clauses. My best friend helped me put together the piece de resistance, a video reel. Photos of Mark and James, the bank records, the Venmo transfers, the LLC paperwork, and finally the audio recording of Mark's whisper, I love you. When the bonus clears, we'll leave. She'll never see it coming. Gala night came. Mark was glowing like a damn politician. Shaking hands, kissing cheeks, talking about our future. I stood there in the gown he bought me last year, smiling like the perfect little wife. And then the slideshow started. At first, it was normal. Baby pictures. College graduation. Team retreats. Then my clips hit. A screenshot, you're the only one I've ever loved. A bank transfer into the LLC. A hotel receipt, timestamped to a business trip. And then, his voice. Over the ballroom speakers. Clear as glass. I love you. When the bonus clears, we'll leave. The accounts will be ready. She'll never see it coming. The room went dead silent. Then gasps. Then murmurs. The CEO's wife stood up and walked out. One of the partners shook his head like he'd just watched a train wreck. Mark? He went pale. Tried to bolt to the tech table, but the video was already rolling. Every single dirty receipt. Every transfer. Every text. By the end, the only sound was champagne glasses being set down hard on tables. He tried to grab my arm, but I pulled away and said, loud enough for the front row to hear, you wanted everyone to see you win. Now they see who you really are. He was escorted out before dessert. By the next morning, HR had him on leave. Compliance froze every account tied to him. The LLC? Seized. James? Vanished like a coward. My lawyer filed for divorce with all the evidence. The fallout was nuclear. He lost the partnership. Lost his job. Clients pulled contracts. The PTA asked him to step down quietly. Neighbors who used to wave suddenly avoided him. Even his mom told me on the phone, I don't know who he is anymore. And me? I got the house. Full custody. Child support and spousal support pegged to his old salary, money he now can't even afford, but the court doesn't care. His credit is trashed. He rents a sad little 1-bedroom, second-hand furniture, no cable. Our kids don't even want to stay there. The kicker? Someone at the